Hello dearies, how are you doing? I hope you're doing wonderfully well. So in today's video is for my midwifery applicants. Yes, I've been seeing your comments about Nurse Celeste, you only talk about nursing, you don't talk about we the midwifery applicants. But normally when I talk about nursing, interviews, career and all, it applies to midwifery because actually midwifery is a branch of nursing. Okay, so it applies to you, okay? But today we'll focus on the midwife, especially because of how you frame some of your answers to the questions you'll be asked if you are asked midwifery specific questions. Okay, the other ones, your strength, your weakness and all of that, those ones is general. But today let's look at a few questions and how you answer them tailored to midwifery. Okay, midwifery is a branch of medicine that takes care of pregnancy, childbirth and postpartum. Postpartum is after childbirth or after pregnancy. That is midwifery. And the term midwife means with woman. Okay, you are with a woman. So in midwifery you're actually taking care of the pregnant woman or the woman who is on a fertility journey, like women's health midwifery, but mostly it focuses on pregnancy, which is the antenatal care, childbirth or delivery, then postnatal care or postpartum care. In your interviews, one question that you will be asked, I hope you are asked, is why do you want to be a midwife? And for you to answer it well, you have to understand what midwives do. Okay, they take care of the pregnant woman. First of all, the pregnant woman. Okay, so those of you in my last video, about 30 interview questions and answers, I'll link it at the end of the video if you've not seen that yet. I asked that you leave in the comment section why you wanted to be a nurse or a midwife, and I saw some very impressive responses, and we'll use those responses as a guide for you to find your own response. But if your dream is to work with babies, oh, I like babies and I like children, then midwifery might not be the profession for you. It might even show that you didn't do your research to know what midwifery is actually about, because the baby coming in is just at the last end, almost at the last end, and you don't really work with that baby, because with normal vaginal delivery or spontaneous vaginal delivery, that's what we call the SVD. With SVD is that day, if everything goes well, the woman is stable, baby is okay, breastfeeding is established, that mother may be going home within 8 to 24 hours. Okay, so then where does the baby come in? How much time do you have with that baby? And also, in answering this question, I normally gear towards experience, your experience with pregnancy, your experience with labor and all of that, because then when you are talking about your experiences, your personality shows, because experiences shows how you feel about a situation, is where your passion is birthed from. Okay, so when you are talking, mostly I prefer you talk from experience. But if you don't have experiences, then you have to research the role of the midwife, what the midwifery career and where it might take you. That could be. But no matter what the case, you have to have your why. So let's look at some of the responses I actually like from that video, from the responses from that video. Okay, so this one says, my passion of being a midwife started when I was small, and it's increased when my mom was admitted to the hospital to deliver. As the firstborn of the family and the elder one, I was asked to be with her in case she needs anything. So I was there with her. There was this midwife who was attending to my mom. I really admired the midwife because of the quality she possesses. She was very kind and patient, and most importantly, she was very humble. I like the way she treated my mom throughout her labor till my mom delivered. So when my mom was discharged, I approved. I think she said she meant to say I approached the midwife and told her I really liked the way she treated my mom, and she asked me what I wanted to do in the future. and I told her I want to be just like her, and she said I should pay it forward. So yeah, something like this, it's coming from experience. With this one, they can pick out follow-up questions, like when she stated, I really admired the midwife because of the qualities she possessed. So they can ask, what are the qualities of a midwife? We'll get to that one later. And if this is something you truly experience, you don't mumble, so when you are saying it, it flows naturally. And in the interview, bear in mind that they are looking at your expression, they are looking at your confidence level. And when you're saying something that is true, you don't really struggle with it unless it's something you formulated and you memorized and is actual. So your sentences are all over the place. Don't do that to yourself. You can use your own experience or somebody else's experience, something you witnessed. Okay, you witnessed it, it happened to somebody, and so because of that, I want to be a midwife so that this will happen. And that's what I tell my students in my coaching class. Find experiences. Experiences gives you a good story. Okay, all right, let's look at this next one. She says, I want to be a midwife because I have a passion for it, and it all started with my grandma. Should I say she was the midwife in the community? So this one means the grandmother was a traditional birth attendant. They are the old ladies that catch babies in the community, okay, where I was. And anytime someone is in labor, was in labor, they always come to call her, and she will take me along. What I love about her was how she was communicating with them. She always tell them to take their time, do this, do that, and the caring for them moved me to become a midwife. So this person has seen firsthand labor and bonny, because childbirth can be scary for some people and it can throw some people off. So if she has experienced that and it didn't scare her and she's actually drawn to it, then it's a good thing to put in there. Okay, so I like this response, and from this angle, experience. Let's look at another one. I chose midwifery as my career when I was in JHS. I was in the house alone with my pregnant mom, and she was in labor. No one was around, and it was a farming season, so she didn't want me to know what was going on. So I went close to her to talk, and I noticed. So I wanted to help her to the clinic, and suddenly the baby was coming out. So I have to use my hands to collect the baby. So from then, I chose midwifery as my aspect or as my career. Again, another experience with labor. So experience can be one of the easiest reasons that will push you into any career type. Now you may be asking, oh, Nessa, I mean, I've not had any such experiences, so what will I do? So for you, then you have to look at what about midwifery do you know? What do you know about midwifery? Is it the way they care for the people? Or what about pregnancy? Maybe pregnancy fascinates you, or you've seen pregnant women doing things that they are not supposed to do, especially in our part of the world. A woman is pregnant, no, or we should let them when you're full. So yeah, anything and you are good to go. Okay, so you can put your answers in the comment section. Okay, if you don't have experience with pregnancy, with labor, what is pushing you into midwifery? Put your answer in the comment section and I'll react to it accordingly. Okay, all right. So that is one of the major questions that you need to find answer to. Okay, you need to know your why. Why do you want to be a midwife? When we're looking at the first response, I spoke about the qualities. So they can ask you, what are the qualities of a midwife, or what qualities do you possess that will make you a good midwife? Midwifery is one of those jobs that you go to, and if care is not taken, you might not sit down until you get home. It has that pressure on it. Okay, in the health system, we say that nurses work but midwives run, because if you don't run, something might happen to mother or baby. Okay, and so you have to be someone who can handle pressure. Okay. All the other qualities of nursing applies here too. Should be kind, should be compassionate, should be honest, you should care. Okay, you are in a human institution, you have to care. Then you can also be asked, what are the roles of a midwife? A midwife takes care of the pregnant woman during antenatal care. She monitors the growth of the baby and the progress of the pregnancy. She monitors the health of the woman during pregnancy. She helps the woman to prepare for childbirth. She assists the woman during labor to deliver the baby safely. She's also there to look out for abnormalities or risks that may be associated with the pregnancy and get the necessary help from other specialists or other healthcare team members for that woman. Those are some of the roles. And then postpartum, when the baby is born, they take care of the infant, make sure the baby is healthy, and make sure the mother after delivery is also healthy. These are some of the roles. And they also do family planning, because the fact that a woman can deliver doesn't mean she should get pregnant after every 9 months, be getting pregnant. No, you also help families to space their children or plan their family. Okay, so we've talked about why you want to be a midwife. We talked about the roles of a midwife. We've spoken about the qualities of a midwife. And also in August, we celebrate breastfeeding week, 1 full week dedicated to breastfeeding. And so they can ask you, what are your views about breastfeeding? What benefits do you think breastfeeding has for mother and child? So you read something small about breastfeeding. Breastfeeding helps the baby to grow well. It helps protect the baby from infections. It helps the baby to bond well with the mother, because the act of breastfeeding, holding your baby, looking in his face, he's looking at you, and you breastfeed, is a bonding time for mother and child. Nutrients in breast milk are in the right proportion for the baby's growth, and all and all and all. You can only just Google benefits of breastfeeding. You get some information on that, so that in case you are asked, you don't have any problem. They can ask you, do you think women should take birth controls, or should women do family planning? Of course, women should do family planning. Essentially, it will help in determining the family size that you want, when to have your baby, and at what interval. It's the fact that you can give birth doesn't mean June, July, every June, July you are giving birth. No. And if you think women should not do family planning too, then you find your reason for that one. They can also ask you, what are your thoughts about abortion? How do you feel about abortion? That one, I leave it to you. Okay, so these ones are some of the questions that are midwifery specific, okay, that you can expect in your interviews. But one thing you should bear in mind is that it's all about your confidence. It's all about expressing yourself well, okay? Talk as someone who is really interested in the program, who is really interested in the school, and convince them that you are good enough to be given the chance to become a midwife. And with that, I think you will excel your interview. I hope this video was helpful. Like, share, and subscribe, and I wish you all the best in your midwifery interviews. Bye, dearies.